Hey, it's Chris here, and hey, I just want to take some time and share with you why I'm actually so excited over $1.99 payment. So I'm going to show you exactly what I did exactly with this, basically through PayPal. So I'm actually going to go to the exact transaction. I'm just zoomed in. This is my PayPal account, or one of my PayPal accounts, and I went to a particular day where I basically have a $1.99 entry product. I'm going to kind of explain to you how that works. And then I have an upsell product that's linking to a $97 product. Well, this person took action. They bought they took out their card. They bought a $1.99 product, and immediately, right after, without even thinking, they purchased the $97 product. And I want to talk to you why it's so important to have a low entry product. Okay, everything kind of comes back to psychology here, and I want you to think about this. All right. So if you have a product that's $7 or $17, in fact, right now I'm going to give you some advice. If your front end product is $17 or less, I've done lots of testing on this. It's going to convert like crazy. Okay. Any product lower than $17 converts like crazy. Now, of course, that doesn't mean if your product is 27 or 37, it's not going to convert. I just found that $17 or less is a price point that basically anybody can afford. So, for example, you have people on a list or people that are living paycheck to paycheck, and so they can squeeze $17. And so sending directly to a $97 payment is going to be a stretch for some people, right? Because they may not even have that extra at the end of the month. But having a $7 product, or in this case a $1.99 product, it's easy to get a lot of people to take action because $1.99 is such a small price tag. And I actually have to thank Felipe for this, because before I was using free. Basically, they could get a free trial, and then it would bill them two payments of like $20 down the road. Well, the problem with that is when you actually bill $1.99 or a dollar, you're actually basically doing one thing. Okay, let's talk about free trials versus low cost. In this case, I'm talking about a $1.99 trial. Well, a free trial, someone could use, basically a prepaid card or a fake card or virtual card, and they can put in the information and get the product. And then, of course, that payment's never going to process. That's what a lot of people do now. With $1.99, all you're really doing is authorizing the card, saying, "Hey, $1.99 went through, debited from the card. This is a real card, and it works." So you could do, with a dollar as well, but $1.99 I think is a pretty good price point. It gives you a little bit better ROI. But anyways, I found, doing this testing, I'm glad I did. I'm glad that I, actually got this idea from Felipe. So once again, big shout out to him. As far as that, because before, a lot of marketers are still doing the free trials where it's, no cost, and then it bills them down the road. So let me show you what I'm talking about, because this may be a little bit confusing. So here's my page. This is just my main simple product. It's a $1.99 little video series. This is my my pre-cart page. It's not like I'm taking my visitors here. They go through. So basically, my funnel looks like this. Let me draw it out for you so you can actually see the funnel that I'm using, and kind of break this down for you. Because if you're just barely watching, you haven't seen any of my other videos, it's going to be a little confusing. So let me zoom out. Uh, Pause that. This is a custom product, by the way. So here it is. Looking at my funnel. No, wrong one. I have so many pages set up right now. This is the main page where they basically opt in. So this is my landing page. It converts right now to about 50 to 60% with traffic. Tested on PPC and solo ads. So the visitor would come here. This is where I would send my traffic to. The visitor comes here. They're going to go ahead and opt in. And then they're taken to this sales video, right? They watch the presentation, see what it's all about. And then when they click here to get started, they're taken to the checkout page. So this is where they grab the product. It's $1.99. Basically 2 copies left, less than the price of a coffee. So just $1.99 is what they pay right now today, and then pay 2 small payments of $11.99 7 days apart. Now, of course, you can do any variances on this. You can make this $1 as your front product, and it seems really weird because it's really low, but this is what I'm trying to get at. So even when they take this product, they consume it for $1.99. then they make the small payment of $1.99, and then they make 2 small payments of $11.99 7 days apart. So they get the trial. I have it set up where they get the trial for a few days right now, so they can have the $1.99 product for 3 days or 7 days, and then they're going to be billed 2 more payments of $11.99. So let's do the math on this. Let's assume that they don't buy the upsell. Okay, so they buy the $1.99. Of course, you're going to have a couple of cancellations there, but let's add in the 2 payments of $11.99 there. Okay. All right, so there it is. I made $25.97. Now, instead of me just coming out and saying, hey, here's my product for $27, 1 payment of $27, how does this look to someone on a lower budget? You know, how does this look to anyone? Because anyone who's like, oh, $1.99, but in reality, I'm making $25.97 per customer as long as they keep it, as long as they commit. Which the commitment rate is pretty good. I probably only have maybe about right now 5% cancellation, which is really good, and that's probably pretty normal. So my average customer value right off the bat is $25, and then going back over here, after they buy the product, they're immediately taken to an upsell. Now it's kind of funny because that's a pretty big gap from $1.99 to 97, and that just goes to show you that just after this person right here that I'm showing you, they bought the $1.99 and immediately, they got taken to the upsell page and they bought the 97. So that just goes to show you that upsells are essential. Now I just increased my customer value. Okay, they're going to most likely they're now going to keep the product. So let's add 97 to that. So my customer value is now $122 just because of the upsell. So that's a big difference. All right, let's kind of go back over here and show you why you should be doing this, kind of, right? You want a low entry product because, like I said, you want to make as much money as possible when you're sending traffic to your page, and you want to still be able to hit the people that are on a lower budget. And so you don't want to come out and usually ever send to a $97 direct offer or anything that's really high priced. That's the key. You want to be able to make your advertising spend back as quick as possible. So, and then with the free trials, what usually happens, like I said, with the whole card issue, you get a lot of skip payments. So authorizing the $1.99 basically solves all of that. And there you go. There's your solution. You have your action takers regardless, because even though it's a $1.99 product, that person that buys is still an action taker compared to a freebie seeker. They had they still paid $1.99. They're still going to consume your product, and they're still going to probably buy your upsells, right? If you have a good product, they're going to buy your upsells, or they may just buy your upsells right away. Okay, this all comes back to psychology once again of the person. I want you to think about this. When you're in like a buying mode or the buying process, you buy a product online. It's pretty easy to go and get upsells. That's kind of like you, for example, if you walk into a car dealership, they may try to upsell you. Let's say you buy a car. A good example, actually, my wife and I just bought a truck. And we got everything taken care of, and then they're going to upsell you basically on care kit packages and this and why you should have it. And since you're already buying the product, it kind of makes sense to buy the upsell. And so of course that happens a lot. It happens everywhere you go. You buy a product because you're now a buyer. You've already committed. You already made that commitment. It all comes down to commitment. So even though that it's only $1.99, this is still one big word: commitment. Hopefully I spelled this right, because anyways, that $1.99 is a commitment. Free trial, you really have no commitment, because think about it. Free trial, you're still attracting freebie seekers, where you just enter this $1.99 trial product. It could be a $7 trial. Then you actually are introducing commitment. So that's what I'm trying to get at with this. You create the commitment, and then what you need in this formula is you need an upsell, right? You need to have an upsell. It can be $47, $97, like I just showed you, and then there you go. You can have multiple upsells, and multiple upsells beyond that. You can have depending on how complex your funnel is, you could go from $1.99 to the trial to where it takes them to a 47 upsell, and then maybe a 97 upsell or a 147 upsell. However far you want to go with your product and how you want to break that down is up to you. But the whole idea there is you want to get some sort of commitment. And before, using the free trials, that method, just isn't so effective. You get a lot of tire kickers through the free trials, but having that low cost $1.99, as weird as that is, it's the price tag that looks so low, right? Even though we're telling them right on our sales page, hey, it's $1.99 today, then you just make make 2 small payments of $11.99 7 days apart. So that's pretty much it. In fact, I'll show you. I'll click on the link just to show you. It's all through PayPal. So there it is, $1.99 US dollars for the first 3 days. Then it's $11.99 USD for each week for 2 installments. That's all there is to it. You can do this with any product and your results will definitely go up. It's a no-brainer because you're going to, like I said, once again, you're going to attract the people who don't have a big budget to buy products online, but when they see that $1.99 price tag, they're going to buy it. It's really a no-brainer. If they like the product, they're going to buy it because the price tag isn't too high. And I know from experience, because I've been trying to sell, $37 products, I have people that tell me $37 is too much, but that same person will buy a $7 product. So it just depends on, it just depends on a lot of factors. But it all comes down to commitment, and that's one advice, or that's some advice that I want to give you for building your funnel, and I do hope that helps you a lot. And this works both with, I've tested this with solo ad traffic and pay-per-click traffic, and it works well with both.